Hi guys, welcome back to the archives, and today I'm going to attempt to show you how I organize all of my Fnaf merch. Okay, so this room is a mess. I'm just going to say that. It's not what I want it to be at all. It's small, it's all I have for right now, so the way I have my collection set up is the best I can do with what I have. Eventually I'm going to move, and it's going to be detrimental having to take all of this down, and I'm going to cry if anything gets broken or lost. I literally will, but in this small room, for what I got, I made the best of the space I had, so I tried to maximize space as best I could, but I get more and more stuff all the time, and I have no room to put it. So a lot of my stuff is in big storage bins, and I'm only displaying what I can. So it may look like organized chaos because it is. I know where everything is. I know where I put things. It may not look the best, but it's what I can do with the amount of space I have. So I just try to maximize as much space and try to keep it neat as best I can. But this room is so small, but it's all I have, and we're just gonna go with it. So I'm gonna just kind of talk through my thought process and where I put things and how I organize them. And maybe if you start your own collection, even if you're not collecting Five Nights at Freddy's, if you're collecting something different, this might help you in how you want to design your own collection room. So let's get into it. We can start somewhere. Let's turn the camera around. Okay, so let's start over here. This is the only bookshelf I have, and it's pretty big, like solid. I got it at Target. And I use it for what its purpose is for, is holding all of the books, because there are so many Five Nights at Freddy's books and movies and things that it's not even funny. So that's mainly what this shelf was for. Okay, thanks, Mom. Ignore that. But then I started to fill it with the smaller things. So all these Fizzy Fast stations and some other like exclusive items I want to put on the shelf. This top shelf is just filled with random because I have no space to put all of these guys. So it is just, like I said, organized chaos right now. Like, that's what's back there. I have Fnaf slime and Fnaf candy and other things. I don't know, okay? I don't know. Anyway. So this is not the best example because all of this is like cups and tumblers, and I have a box of shoes down there, some Fnaf board games, the Fnaf records. So this shelf I'm not proud of, but it is what it is because I have nowhere else to put cups and books. So, yeah, I got my Withered Freddy right here. Okay, so as far as the Funko plushies, there are so many of them that I had to come up with a way to put them on the wall to maximize wall space. So I got these acrylic shelves off of Amazon. I think they were like $15. It came with like 4 to 6 in a pack, and it came with some double-sided like sticky tape, but I screwed them all into the wall because I wanted them to be secure so that they wouldn't fall. But they're acrylic, and you just peel off the plastic, put them up there, and there was too many plushies for me to not maximize all of the wall space that I could, so that's how I did that. These are the same way. Theirs are from Amazon, just like the small singular ones. Okay. These shelves are from Walmart. I think they were $50 to $60, and I bought 2 of them originally, and I was like, I have more space, so I bought another one. And I planned to just fill it with whatever I could, and that mostly ended up being plushies, because most of the Fnaf merch is plushies. But I did put my Loungefly bags up there. They're not the best shelves because they have holes in them. So, but they're easier to clean that way. Like this gets a lot of dust and I have to clean it a lot because it gets dusty so easily. But these were an inexpensive option to put a bunch of plushies, and that's mostly what I have there. So, same thing with these. Same shelf, Walmart. This little shadow box I got from GameStop to put more of my special items in, and I put a bunch of Golden Freddies in it because Golden Freddy is rare and it's rare to see him in the game, so I put him with all of my rare stuff. So that's why this kind of like turned into the Golden Freddy shelf. You can see him back there and him because of that reason. But anyway, I kind of put some of my Funko Pops here. This is in a big plastic case that fits all of these. And then I got kind of like the Chica section down here. This rug I got from Temu, but it is what it is. But yeah, so I kind of wanted to organize by animatronic or by game. So I have Security Breach up here. It kind of trickles down into Sun and Moon, but it's still Security Breach. And then I have a little bit of Sister Location right here. And Springtrap is just there because I put him there. But I got U2's mainly Security Breach. You can see Hex Freddy back there. Sun and Moon, and then I've got Foxy, or any version of Foxy. So you can see Captain Foxy, Grim Foxy, Mangle, like any kind of version of Foxy, my Jumbo Foxies. And then Foxy continues down here, and then I've got some Hex, and then you got Glitch Trap there with the movie cupcake. And then down here is mainly just miscellaneous merch and games and things like that. We've got Gingerbread Foxy down here. So this is like the Chica shelf, cupcakes and the Chicas, Foxy, Sun and Moon, Security Breach. This kind of turned into the bunnies, so I put Vanny and Bonnie together. This is like the rare shelf with my Shadow Freddies, Golden Freddies, and then this became Freddy. So most of the shelf is Freddy, but I've got Glam Bond back there, and then Sanshi Spring Bond. So mostly Freddy, and then this is more Freddy, but I've also got Lefty, and then that just turned into miscellaneous. But again, with the acrylic shelves to hold all the Funko plushies, this was empty, but now it's a pile of backpacks because I have nowhere to put all of these bags. So it's just an amalgamation of backpacks and bags right now until I figure out what to do with it. Under my desk, I have more backpacks and a big storage bin full of Five Nights at Freddy's merch. Like, that box is full to the brim of FNAF stuff. So this wall is a pegboard. A lot of you guys asked, like, what is that? I got the pegboard at Lowe's and I spray painted it black. And you can buy these little hooks that go onto the pegboard and you can hang whatever. So as far as jewelry, earrings, keychains, buttons, things that like come on the store that have that little that have that where you can hang it, that is what this pegboard is for. But I also have more acrylic shelves up there for the Funko plushies. And I have a piñata, okay? Don't ask me why. Okay, so this table, though, was originally like a setup for a FNAF office, so I have a fan on it. But it kind of turned into storage. So, it's mainly just holding some of, like, the more delicate stuff, like my 3D printed stuff. So, it's not the best for space-wise, but it's what I got. Again, more acrylic shelves for the Funko plushies. This is 3D printed. You guys always ask about this light too. It's 3D printed. And then I've got my Jazzwares light up there. But there's more stuff in the closet that I'm not exactly proud of. Like, boxes for those, all those figures and things. Boxes, like all my cosplay stuff. And then I have Fnaf merch. This whole box full of Fnaf merch. There's 2 more boxes full of Fnaf merch. I have posters, wrapping paper, and everything else in the closet. So, and we've got Bonnie up there because Bonnie's over here. Okay, okay, like I said, it's very cluttered but organized chaos. So I tried to make it look like an arcade, or the prize counter, if you will, and put these lights and stuff on, just try to like liven it up a bit. I did have this curtain where it would close right here, because I was going to do something else with that, and then it ended up not working out because I needed the space. So, but that curtain is there I use it for videos and live streams and stuff like that. So, I'm not proud of it. I'm not. It is what it is for right now because, like I said, it's all the space I have. But I try to keep it as organized and as clean as possible. I try not to take anything out of the box. I want to keep things in the box so they are in safe storage until we move somewhere else that I can display more and put up a room how I really want to. I'm not going to reveal my future plans for a Fnaf room because I want to keep that a secret until I do it. But I have a grand design for a Fnaf room, and I just need to find the right space to do it. But one day, hopefully, I will get there where I can do that and display all of my Fnaf merch and be in paradise, pretty much. But if you want to get some of these shelves, they're at Walmart. I got my bookshelf from Target. The pegboards are from Lowe's. The acrylic shelves are from Amazon. I have some other shelves, like the regular wooden shelves where my wigs are sitting on. Those are also from Amazon. So just kind of get creative, maximize the space with whatever you can. Pegboards are a great way to hang a bunch of jewelry or bracelets, keychains, things like that, so you don't lose them and they can display like they would in an actual store. Hooks and things like that, I wouldn't recommend command hooks and actual like hooks you put into the wall because they don't hold very well, and if it were to fall, whatever you put on there would fall and possibly break. That's why I put the plushies with the acrylic shelves, because the plushies don't weigh that much. So if the shelf was to fall for some reason, then the plushies wouldn't get damaged because it's a plushie. But I mean, some of the plushies have that plastic nose, so it could get scratched. But that's as far as it would go. But the shelves are very sturdy. The checkered floor you see is not that great. I got this checkered floor off of Amazon. It was the cheap option, and they're just peel and stick. So if you want to get checkered floor, they got some on Amazon. I painted the walls gray to kind of resemble the Fnaf 1 pizzeria with the gray walls. So I don't know. However you want to organize it, whether you want to make it look like it's from the game, or you want to look like an arcade, you want to look like the prize counter, however you want to organize your room, or for any collection that you're doing. Shelving options are out there. The pegboards are a great option to cover the walls, and acrylic shelves. So that's kind of how I did it, shelf by shelf and game by game, and which animatronic I put where, but a lot of it is still in storage. So I just wanted to give you guys a little insight onto how I set this room up, and there is a video on this channel of me putting everything together, so if you want to go check that out, I will put that on the end screen. So I'll leave that video here. I rambled far too much, and I know I probably am annoying to some of you, but I'm sorry. I like to talk about FNAF. But don't forget to leave a like and leave me a comment down below if you have any questions. Subscribe if you like FNAF, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye!